Ever wondered who the best architects, engineers, and builders on the planet are? Forget about humans for a second. The real master builders are out there in the wild, creating homes so incredible, so intricate, you'll hardly believe they're real. Today, we're diving deep into the world of animal architecture, uncovering the secrets behind some of the most amazing structures ever built. From towering insect cities to cozy underwater burrows, get ready to have your mind blown. This isn't just about survival. This is about artistry, ingenuity, and the sheer genius of the animal kingdom. Let's start with a classic, the beaver. You might know them as nature's lumberjacks, but there's so much more. Beavers are hydraulic engineers, constructing dams that can completely reshape ecosystems. They use their powerful teeth to fell trees, then drag the logs and branches into place, packing them with mud and stones. These dams create calm, deep ponds, which protect them from predators like bears and wolves. But the dam is just the beginning. The main event is the lodge, a dome-shaped fortress built in the middle of the pond. It has an underwater entrance, making it nearly impossible for land predators to get in. Inside, it's surprisingly cozy, with a dry raised platform for sleeping and raising their young. A family of beavers will work together for generations, maintaining and expanding their home. These structures are so robust that some beaver dams have been found that are hundreds of years old, visible even from space. They are true ecosystem engineers, creating wetlands that support countless other species. Now, let's shrink down and enter the world of insects, where the architecture gets even more complex. Take termites, for example. We often think of them as pests, but in the wild, they are master architects. Certain species in Africa and Australia build mounds that can reach over 30 feet high. That's like a human building a skyscraper over a mile tall. These mounds are not just piles of dirt. They are sophisticated climate-controlled cities. Inside is a labyrinth of tunnels and chambers for farming fungus, their primary food source. But the most incredible feature is the ventilation system. The mounds are designed with a complex network of vents and chimneys that harness wind power to circulate air. This keeps the internal temperature and humidity remarkably stable, even when the outside temperature swings wildly from scorching hot days to cool nights. It's a passive air conditioning system that human architects are still trying to replicate. The entire colony, millions strong, works in perfect sync, all without a single blueprint. From the dry savanna, let's head to the lush forests to meet the wogglecup bowerbird of New Guinea. This little bird is less of an engineer and more of an artist, an interior decorator, if you will. The male bowerbird doesn't build a nest to raise young in, but a bower, which is purely a stage for courtship. And what a stage it is. He constructs a cone-shaped hut, sometimes up to 6 feet tall, meticulously woven from sticks and orchid stems. But the construction is just the first step. The real show is the decoration. The male spends countless hours arranging objects by color. He'll create a perfectly manicured lawn of green moss at the entrance, and then meticulously place piles of colorful berries, iridescent beetle wings, vibrant flowers, and even discarded bottle caps or pieces of plastic. He arranges them in distinct color groups. If a berry shrivels or a flower wilts, he immediately replaces it. When a female comes to visit, she inspects his bower. She's not just looking for a strong builder, but an artist with a good eye. The more beautiful and well-organized the bower, the more likely he is to win her over. It's one of the most stunning examples of aesthetics in the animal kingdom. Let's dive underwater now, to the sandy seafloor, where the pufferfish performs his own artistic ritual. For years, scientists were puzzled by mysterious, intricate circles appearing on the ocean floor off the coast of Japan. They looked like underwater crop circles, perfectly symmetrical and almost 6 feet in diameter. The culprit, a tiny male pufferfish, only about 5 inches long. To attract a mate, he works tirelessly, 24 hours a day for an entire week, using only his fins to plow through the sand. He meticulously sculpts ridges and valleys into a stunning circular pattern. This isn't just for show. The complex design actually serves a purpose. The ridges and grooves funnel fine sand toward the center, creating a soft, protected nest for the female to lay her eggs. The outer ridges also help to buffer the ocean currents, keeping the delicate eggs safe. After all that work, if a female is impressed, she lay her eggs in the center, and the male will stay to guard them. Once they hatch, the beautiful structure is simply washed away by the currents, and the little artist swims off, ready to build a new masterpiece next season. Now let's talk about community living. The sociable weaver bird of southern Africa takes this to an extreme. Instead of building individual nests, Hundreds of these birds work together to construct one colossal communal nest. These structures, usually built on a sturdy tree or a telephone pole, can be over 20 feet wide, weigh over a ton, and house up to 500 birds. They look like a giant haystack dropped on a tree. Each pair of birds has its own private nesting chamber within the massive complex. The nest is a permanent structure, used for generations. The central chambers are insulated, staying warm during cold nights, while the outer chambers provide cooler daytime roosts. This massive apartment complex provides safety in numbers. With so many eyes on the lookout, predators like snakes and hawks have a hard time launching a surprise attack. These nests are so well built that they can last for over a century, a true testament to the power of cooperation. From birds to mammals to fish, we've seen that animals are capable of incredible feats of engineering and artistry. But let's not forget the humble spider. The webs they spin are marvels of material science. Spider silk is, pound for pound, stronger than steel and more elastic than nylon. The classic orb web is a perfect example of efficiency. The radial lines provide the structural frame, while the sticky spiral captures prey. But different spiders build different webs. There are funnel webs that act as tripwires, tangled cobwebs that confuse prey, and even webs that act like nets the spider can cast over an unsuspecting insect. The diving bell spider even creates an underwater home by trapping air bubbles in a silk web, allowing it to breathe beneath the surface. Each web is a perfectly designed tool, a home, and a deadly trap all in one. Even underground, there are master builders at work. The prairie dog, a highly social rodent from North America, lives in vast underground towns that can span hundreds of acres and contain thousands of individuals. These aren't just simple holes in the ground. Their burrow systems are incredibly complex, with different chambers for sleeping, raising young, and even a designated bathroom area. They have multiple entrances and exits, some with raised mounds that serve as lookout posts and prevent flooding. The tunnels are designed to create a natural ventilation system. By building mounds of different heights at different entrances, they create pressure differences that draw fresh air through the entire burrow system. It's a sophisticated design that keeps the underground city fresh and habitable for its thousands of residents. And finally, we have to mention the architects of the reef, corals. What we see as a coral reef is actually a massive colony of tiny animals called polyps. Each polyp secretes a calcium carbonate skeleton, and over thousands of years, these skeletons build up to form the massive, complex structures we know as reefs. These are the largest structures built by any living organism on Earth, so large they are visible from space. They are the bustling metropolises of the ocean, providing food and shelter for a quarter of all marine species. From the Great Barrier Reef to the smallest atoll, these living cities are a testament to the slow, steady, and collaborative power of nature's builders. So, the next time you see a bird's nest, a spider's web, or a beaver's dam, take a closer look. You're not just looking at a pile of sticks or a bit of silk. You're looking at a masterpiece of architecture, a product of millions of years of evolution, a home built with instinct, ingenuity, and sometimes, a true artist's touch. The wild is full of these master builders, constantly creating, innovating, and reminding us that we have so much to learn from the animal kingdom. What an incredible world we live in. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into animal architecture, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our next adventure. See you next time.